Hi fellow crafties, welcome back to my channel. I've been MIA for a while, had a lot going on the beginning of the year, things have leveled out and are much better actually. So I'll be answering some questions that I have gotten from you lovely people, and it's going to be a chatty video, probably a little longer than you might like. So if that's the case, just mute the background, turn on some good music, and watch it on 2 times the speed. I don't mind. I'm just warning you ahead of time. This is going to be a chatty video. We've got a lot to catch up on. So when last we met, we needed a new magazine glue book. Speaking of glue books, my mind is all over the place. I don't know if I'm going to continue with the other channel, gluebooks.com. And here's why. It's like, what's the point of separating them? I guess I've been doing a lot of consolidating of my, like, simplifying my life and my work and stuff like that. So I'm kind of wondering whether to just keep glue booking here or to keep them separate. So if you have an opinion, I'd really like to hear it in the comments. That would really help actually. So we have a new book. It is May 1980, 2 years before my eldest daughter was born. Holy doodle. Okay, this is old. This is what, 45 years old, this magazine. So no wonder the staples, because Travel and Leisure in those days was cheap enough to use staples instead. Yeah. Anyway, and it's a thick enough book, they should have done it as a glue backing, but these staples had rusted a bit from sitting in whatever basement it's been sitting in for 40 years. So I did all the standard. I always glue the first page to the cover to give it a little strength. See the rust on the staples? So I've put the tape, the see-through tape, over the rusted spots. I've also done the center section, like I recommend for everybody. You clear tape the center section where the staples are coming out, and the page before and after the center section. That seems to be a good strong way to do it. And then I glue the back page to the back cover just to strengthen the whole cover area. Now, if this magazine starts to fall apart, because I have already pillaged it for the pages I wanted, so normally with a new magazine, if you haven't pillaged it yet, you should go through and take out like every 4th or 5th page, because you need room to add pages to. Otherwise it gets so ridiculously heavy and crowded that it isn't even fun to store on a shelf anymore. Just take some of the, but when you've pillaged one, just take some of the pages out that are on the other side of that ripped out page, and then you've got lots of room to work. This one is still really thick. I didn't pillage much out of it, so we've got lots of room to move and grow. So that's how I strengthen my glue books, is by just basically using household tape. I prefer the one that's not shiny. I forget what that's called anyway. It's where you can write on it and stuff. The glue seems to stick to it better, at least in my experience, so I buy that invisible tape. I think that's what it's referred to as. So we are starting a brand new magazine that's 45 years old. And I'm going to leave this front area, I think, and start in the second, because I like to put notes and stuff at the front. If you've been hanging out at my channel much, you would know that I tend to add some stuff into my collage and glue books and add to it, stuff like that. So for this book and just for this magazine, because it's such an old set of staples and rust and things like that, I'm going to be taping or reinforcing a lot of the pages. So that's what we're going to do there. And because of the ridge, it's going to be fun working around the center, because I usually do double spreads. And so I hope the lighting is good for you guys. My studio is just been so unused. My workroom has just been so unused the past 4 or 5 months. It's maybe even longer. Geez, this year has flown again. Time is flowing. So today I didn't have anything picked out, but when I really buckled down to work, so this may be a collage rather than just a glue book, so I don't know yet. But I'm going to work with the stuff that was stacked on my desk and has been there for like probably 7 or 8 months, well into the last year, so earlier than November, earlier than when I got my dog. So yeah, there's some stuff we're going to use from the desk piles, so that's what we're going to play with today. Is stuff that's been, oh hello, the glue just rolls itself to me like it needs to be used. Wow, my household is surprisingly busy for a Saturday. Alright, so we are going to do whatever happens on these 2 pages. I'm not going to call it anything yet because I have these 2 file folders of stuff that were left on my, like they've been there for 8 months, 9 months now, since before last November. So this is what we're going to work with. You know, it's one of those videos labeled junk left on my work table, and just go from there, because I'll tell you what, every once in a while it's a lot of fun to do this kind of spread, because it makes you, there's 2 reasons, and I'll tell you why. It makes you look at what's there again. And honestly, I don't know about you, but with the way my brain works, unless I see stuff regularly, I forget it's there. So I tend to use clear containers. I've done a video about that. And I look at things. I take inventory of things sometimes just so it reminds me what's there. Like I'll go through my stamp pad, you know, set, or I'll go through my sticker stuff, you know, all the different things just to remind me of what's there. And I invariably come away from it going, oh wow, I forgot I had that, you know. So going through stuff is a really good idea. So I figured what I would do with this one, this first spread of our new magazine of a new era, because Janet's back. And, okay, to answer a couple of health questions, because I promised I would when I replied to a couple of people inquiring. And thank you so much. Like, I was really kind of shocked at how many people reached out and said, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Because I hadn't had much of an update when last we spoke about it, so... actually I'm feeling really good, kind of excellent actually. Like there's a little bit of gallbladder, you know, discomfort there, but that's being taken care of with removal in September. So they're not expecting complications, but with the way my liver currently is, they're taking all the precautionary measures, because a bleed out would, you know, there I am, gone by. Nobody to do collage on here. So, you know, we're taking all the precaution and stuff, but I'm taking really good care of myself. I'm exercising, I'm losing weight, I'm eating right. I eat at least 4 or 5 veg a day, a couple of fruit, definitely fish every single day, either tuna or sole. And I take it easy on the carbs, and I enjoy treats regularly, and I do drink diet soda, and I drink coffee from the time I get up till the time I go to sleep, but that's because of the ADHD. I can't take meds for that. The speed would, I don't know what it would do. It would be funny to watch, though. I'll tell you, it would be entertaining. Okay, so this is a bunch of stuff between napkins and magazine pictures and all kinds of things, but overall, mostly what is here is napkins. Should we do something with a skull? No, it's not close enough to Halloween yet. And we've got that nice skull too. So, and I've got a couple of cool drawings over here, but I don't think it's the kind of mood we're looking for, or whatever. This I like as something to fill in on something. And I love the way that these colors, there's like every color that's in here honestly, every single one that I can see in here could have been used in the mixing and blending of the colors in this magazine picture. So this kind of fascinated me when I looked at it up close, because if you look really closely, you can see almost all of those colors blended into that. So that I kept for that reason. This again is one of those extra things that isn't exactly a magazine page. We have a little booklet that I'll use for something else. See, I put a lot of stuff in here that's not just pictures. But there's a lot of crap pictures in here too. So watch what you save, because if you challenge yourself to do something like what's on my desk, you got to be ready for the crap that's on your desk. And sometimes it can be just that. A load of stuff you set aside, stuff you really didn't vibe with, stuff that you really don't think you could fit much of anywhere, you know, kind of deal. I don't know. So, we'll see. Oh, I like that. We shall see. That's a pretty cool picture. I put the odd ones aside that aren't just sort of a magazine picture, but have something to them that's a little different. See, like that is it, and I label it differently. I think it's labeled special, but it has to do with the fact that there's real intrigue in the picture. I'm sure you all know what I mean. I don't need to explain it at all, so I'll leave it at that. But I do have a separate file for that. Pink, huh? I'll have to do a page in pink soon. I'm back, folks. I hope I'm back. I'm really sorry for all the time I've missed, but concerning health, it was just the beginning of the year was a straight up mess. And it's been a lot of appointments and scans and MRIs and things like that since. So it's starting to calm down now, and the gallbladder surgery in September is going to be kind of it for any kind of major procedure, you know, unless they decide to do the transplant thing. So how do you feel about needles? Wow, not good. I don't know what that was an ad for. Huh. Why would a chicken be in it? It's a patch that numbs things for people who hate needles. Pain-free needles. So why... Oh, chicken. Duh. Really, Janet? It took you that long. Oh my God. Okay, none of you saw that. You must blank that from your memory. Watching me do that. Okay, please promise me you will blank it from your memory. Okay, we've got a lot to choose from here that's kind of fun and funky. And ooh, I'll have to do one for my granddaughter using that. That's cute, eh? That is from 1995. I love getting the boxes of old magazines that people are selling off on Facebook and stuff, because you never know what they can bring. Oh my goodness. All the flowers of tomorrow are the seeds of today. That is very, very good. That's a good message, meaning, you know, plant the seeds today and you'll watch the flowers grow. Lots of Christmas stuff, mind you. That's coming up. How fast has this year gone, eh? Christmas is definitely coming up. Wow. Faster than I care to think about. I don't know why this fish has intrigued me, and I have no idea why I cut it out in the first place. But I did. There it is. And so... Alright, we'll stick these back in the folder. And wait again for another What Crap Is on My Desk video, because they'll be there. Okay, so what have we got here? What have we got here tonight, folks? Straight from Beetlejuice. We don't want Captain Hook or any of these little ones. So I have to do some fall stuff soon. So I better start saving for the fall stuff, because I love autumn collage. I love it. It just, yeah, it opens my heart. All right, so what theme are we going for, or do we have a theme at all? I wonder what it's going to be. All right, So let's play for a minute. I love this. For some reason, I just really loved that locker kind of thing, I guess you would call it. I like that, but it doesn't feel like it connects with me right now. It's a beautiful image, though. That was, I believe, not sure, maybe McLean's magazine. It's a Kodak ad from the mid-90s, I believe. It's just a beautiful image, but for some reason it's not for today. Okay, so maybe some reminiscing. Maybe a little old-fashionedness here and there. What do you think? I think that might be the order of the day, but I'm not completely sure. So let's get some stuff cut out and see where we're at. Okay. So yeah, I don't want anybody to worry about me. I love the fact that you cared enough to message me, and you know, that was absolutely beautiful. I appreciate it very, very much. But I'm actually doing really well right now. Since April, which was the last of any issues or current issues, and they, you know, they did some corrective and did what they could to, you know, stents and things like that. Not my heart, the liver, but since doing that, I've just gotten actually healthier. I've lost a few more pounds, and I'm walking with my dog, and it's just, yeah, things are good. So if I can keep that momentum going, I will be ace for a while. I don't know, you know, what the future holds. There's no, you know, shots or pills or anything for this, so we'll see what happens. But my doctors are, and believe me, I'm very lucky. Even in Canada, I have an actual team of specialists. There are 4 people taking care of me right now that are specialists in their field. So I'm very blessed. Very, very blessed. And then I have people like you folks that, you know, message me and go, how are you? You know, how are you feeling? How are you doing? And that, to me, is just, it's the wind beneath my wings, not to be too corny about it. You know, that kind of thing. You have never met me, you don't know me, but you care, and that's lovely. I'm finding that more and more in my life, I'm simplifying things. Now, honestly, here's going to sound really dramatic, okay, and I don't mean it to, but for a minute it might. Maybe the brush with death, and that's what it was, the whole bleeding, the bleeding veins and so on. You know, I was pretty close to shrugging this mortal coil, but it makes you reevaluate things like, what journals do I want to write in? What am I going to spend my time doing? Is this or that in particular on my priority list to actually spend my time doing? And it's amazing how much you sort when you're faced with that kind of thing. So it's been an interesting half year. Really interesting. And actually, I mean, yes, you know, in my own way, I wish it hadn't happened, but oh my God, between my granddaughter's birth 6 years ago and the information she brought with her about our family and chromosomes and things like that, and this happening, my eyes have been open to a whole new aspect of life and things like that, goals, aspirations. And I told you I was going to blather on this video. I did warn you. I did warn you. So can't blame anybody but yourselves for listening. And that's just that. Okay, now, just a word of warning, okay? When you have, like, this is a fairly significant hump based on the fact that it's a magazine that is stapled rather than, you know, like Cosmopolitan or National Geographic, those have like a glued backing. They're done in booklets but with a glued backing. And so the staples cause this hump. So to get around that and not get caught with it, leave an overhang on whatever you want to put up against it, so that you're gluing it up and over the hump, and then connect this side over this so that you double lock this sort of thing on a they're a different sort of seam, you know, this kind of thing is a really different sort of seam to deal with than a flat book. And then if you ever want a glue book on a 3-ring binder paper or on the spiral notebooks, those are interesting too, doing a double spread on spiral where you kind of, there's this imaginary line. Anyway, I'm sure many of you have tried it, and people either like or dislike it, I think, they're doing anything on the spiral. Okay, so for some reason I want this cupboard, and I don't know why, almost as a focal point. So that's what we're going to do. This page may not make any sense at all. You know how I usually have themes with my book pages or collage or glue books? I usually have a theme going. Not this time. Not this time. No, this time it's just raw gluing. That's what we're doing, raw gluing. Yeah, and make sure you get well into that crease to help reinforce the book. Every time you tape over any of the connections through your magazine, if it's a stapled magazine, you're reinforcing your book. So it's always good not to butt up to it, but actually give it an overhang so that you're reinforcing your seam. So honestly, I'm not sure what to put with this or how to deal with this, but I had to glue that there. Now, this would be nice, but for some reason I think the mood is more, I don't know, historic, so I think I'm going to save that one for another time. So let's look back through what we've got. I had the Cambo soup can and the telephone and farm picture. Let's see if we have anything else. Hook. Spring forward. Oh, those swans are beautiful. Wow, 2021. Oh, I kind of like that. I don't know why. Dang it, I can't find anything. I can't find anything to stick in there. And also, okay, I don't know, I've had to restart this video a couple times, so I don't know if I've discussed the other Gluebook site or not, the channel. I honestly don't know if I'm going to close that or not, or maybe just store Gluebook videos there, because you really aren't supposed to duplicate content on YouTube. That's not a real kosher thing to do. So I don't know if I'm going to close it yet or not, but to be honest with you, it seems almost like a, what do you call it? Not a duplicate. Oh no, Bodhi, you gotta go, baby. Thank you. It almost seems like redundant. To not put glue books over here where we already have a channel, you know, and stuff like that. I've just honestly spent some time lately trying to simplify my life and just really spend time on the things I actually really want to do, and I love doing crafts and collage and glue books, so I think maybe I'd just be, I don't know, happier keeping the vids over here. So I would really like your opinions, because some of you have been with me since the beginning of this channel, so I would love your opinion on whether I should keep the secondary channel or whether you would like that to happen. It's gluebooks.com. It's a YouTube channel I set up before I got ill. So, just an opinion on whether you think it would be a good idea to you know, do that channel and actually do active videos over there, because I can't put them on both channels, or just keep everything over here where you can cruise through all the different videos. So I will actually take your opinions into account because they matter to me. So I don't even know where this page is going, honestly. I'm in a lovely kind of Saturday kind of chilled mood, you know. My t-shirt says, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine," and it's a dumpster fire. But that's not really, I'm feeling good today. It's a good day. It's a good day. Every day is a good day. No matter what. Our different experiences in life. Uh-oh, folks, she's going to get philosophical. Our different experiences in life leave us every single time with a different, maybe slightly or maybe a lot different point of view. But it does leave us with some differences when we've tackled something we feel is a big thing and come through it, or feel strong about it, or feel more wise about something, or you know what I mean. There's, ooh, that's perfect. Okay. You know what I mean. It has to do with just adding to our store of experience, you know. So this is where I'm at. And I will, you know, if you're interested, if you want to message me, I'm happy to keep you, you know, appraised of the health thing. I don't want to bore anybody with it. It will be an ongoing thing, so I'm not going to just keep boring you, but I will, you know, if I disappear for a couple of weeks, it's just for procedures or something. So no worries. Ooh. Should we make this a total nostalgia page, or should I make a that's it. I'll put the Beatles away for a nostalgia page. Yeah. Because they all go together. Okay, so, oh, I like that as a background. I haven't sorted through this stuff in 8 months, so always, if you have fun with watercolors, do up your palettes, because you'll get mad at yourself if you forget what colors you used. So if you paint a particular thing, just throw the colors you use on a paper next to you. I'm probably you know, saying something you guys already know, but okay, I have an oak leaf there too. But it's a good idea. Oh my God, that is a Christmas thing, the 12 days of Christmas. Okay, now this is funny. Talk about nostalgia. This is from 1974. J.R. Reynolds Company. This magazine is, I think it's it could be another travel. I'm not sure, but anyway, look at the ads. This magazine I remember from the 1974 version. I would say that 90% of the ads in it were for cigarettes. I mean, I remember those magazines, but I didn't realize quite how invasive the whole smoking thing. And yet I smoked then. Like I've been quit since 2007. You know. And I had no idea how invasive the advertising was. No wonder people picked up cigarettes and kept on smoking, you know. Oh my goodness. It was no wonder. Okay, I think we are going to have to go cruise. Do I have the right to go cruise other folders? Oh, a quick yes or no poll, folks. Should I or shouldn't I cruise other folders? I mean, this is supposed to be a what's on my desk thing. Alright, so let's bring back some of the old stuff. That's fine. Ooh, that looks awfully good. But so does the limeade. Okay, so where are we at? Did I stick that down? No, I didn't. That's from the other one. All right. Oh, that's kind of nice. That is kind of nice. And this Afghan one fits a total color scheme with that. So we may add that in, but this is a good side piece here. Okay. So let's even this out. Now would be a good time to put on your music and mute me, because I'm probably now just at the point of babbling, because I've kept you long enough. Like, this is a long video, so I apologize, folks. You guys are awesome, and I'm sorry to be away so long. And this woman that does this magical witchy stuff, I think her name is Tony. I'm sorry, I just don't remember, but I will try and remember to put her link at the, below this video. She does all this witchy, very magical stuff, and her channel is growing, so go show her some love. It's growing leaps and bounds. We were about the same size when I ended up with the emergency, but now she's just doing so well, and it's so good to see. And she's doing a health thing, and I will try and remember. Please don't be mad at me if I don't remember, but it's Tony's Magical Arts, I think is her name. Toni, I believe, is the name of the channel, and she's lovely. Sorry, I slurped in your ear. The coffee's good, though. God, I've already kept you half an hour. How bold is that? Okay, I want the torn edge, as anybody here who's familiar with me knows. I love the torn edge of things. So what do I have to go between this and the shelves? What lovely stuff do I have? Actually, I love that wolf. That's beautiful, but not really this. Oh, that seems to go even color-wise. Wow, that's kind of cool. So if we have the torn edge and this comes over this, wow, okay, yes, that works perfectly. I remember the collage, or the glue book, I took this piece of this bird, this hummingbird out of. I remember that. So, okay, perfect, lovely, okay, got it. All right, so, and another piece of advice, 2 pieces of advice. Don't forget to keep an extra cap to your glue sticks, because they roll away. And make sure that you have a singular place where you keep your flattening card, your credit card thing, your flattening card, whatever you use to buff down what you've glued. Keep it in one place, or it disappears amongst the layers of paper. So there's my big deal advice for today. Hope it helps. Hope it helps. And I hope you all have an amazing weekend. I don't know about the rest of you. Here in Ontario, Monday is a holiday. It's not Family Day. It's August was brought in. A long weekend in August was brought in because every other month during the summer has a long weekend in it. Labor Day and, May long weekend, and July long weekend, like Canada Day or U.S. Independence Day, stuff like that. August didn't have any, so the powers that be were smart enough and lovely enough to invent an August long weekend for us, which is what this weekend is. So everybody has Monday off. I don't know if it's a stat holiday or not, but it's a holiday in Ontario, and it's lovely because it's like one more hot long weekend where people can go to their cottages. That's big in Ontario, cottages, because there's a lot of lakes and camping, stuff like that. And so the August long weekend is spent doing things like that, and then often the September long weekend, the Labor Day weekend, is spent closing up cottages and stuff. Although if you're lucky to have the weather here in Ontario, because our Thanksgiving is the second weekend of October, they often close up cottages then because the frost or freezing hasn't hit yet. But you know what? These days, who knows, right? Because like these heat waves and cold waves and things like that are just, I know it happens regularly in our environmental or, you know, global history, like over millennia and millions of years, things like that. But, you know, they've been wild in the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years, something like that. Okay, now what are we going to put here? Because I left the bird up so that I could actually put something in here. See, now, despite the fact I don't want to use it, this kind of thing looks absolutely amazing in places like that. I love using stuff like that. But what do we have? Oh, we have more birds. We might use those. Okay, let me go look. I'm going to put you on pause for a minute. This is going to be an hour-long vid, I swear. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I found something pretty cool, and I decided to leave the purple because it's going to bring in this, and from it, this bird, the hummingbird's wings, and then the purple is going to, because there's some in the sky in this page. See, it all ends up, you guys, if you're feeling good or if you're feeling bad, no matter how you're feeling, do some collage, do some glue booking, do some art, do some whatever. Just do something because it makes us feel better. It really does. I think I... Okay. We're going to tear this other side. Okay, so I ripped the other side so that we didn't have this straight side here. Now I just have to decide whether I do want to keep the purple in or just the orange, but I do like the purple flowers. So I think we're going to keep those in. So how do I do this? Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is tear this across here. Let's get this glued down. Alright, so that's going to sit here, and those feathers will look like they're landing on the flower. And then I'm going to leave the bottom knot glued down because I'll be putting whatever, you know, text, because we always add text, don't we? Okay, so I will glue this down. Not all the way because I'll want to put something under this other side of it. I'm so sorry this is as long as it is. Oh my God. You poor folks. Okay, let's get this side at least anchored. Oops. And then I end up pasting it down. Okay, so I would like to use this, but it's not going to cover, so, oh, maybe it will. no, that doesn't suit. I'll go look. I'll put you on hold for a minute and go look for a new text. Okay, I found the text. This is how I'm feeling now in my life. Better than I have felt in 20 years. We'll say 20. How's that? So, that absolutely works perfectly right there. This is its new home. So, there it is. I don't know about you guys, but I have that drawer full of text pieces, because don't ever throw out any like text or title or piece of text that you see in a magazine, you know, that strikes you a certain way. Don't ever throw it out. Keep them for your your text box. And for anybody that's new to the channel, this is my text drawer, and it's absolutely full of text from magazines, and I pillage titles because you never know when you can cut them up to do something that you want to do in a particular mood, and it gives you far more to work with if you save them. And they're flat and they're little and they don't take up much space, so save your titles and your subtitles out of magazines and stuff, because you'll find that they come in handy over time. Okay, so this is looking so amazing, folks. Oh my goodness. Alright, so this farm is just a really sweet picture. I'm going to do also, maybe I'll post those. I don't know what to do about the other channel, honestly, folks. I really don't. Would you rather have a separate channel for just glue books, or would you like it all to be combined here? Because, I mean, I'll do the channel. I don't mind at all. But it just, I don't know, it seems almost redundant, you know? But you can't duplicate your videos on YouTube, so they're very particular about that, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I have a bunch of people who post all the same things all over the place, eh? What's the point in that? Okay, so we need, what do we need? We're in need of what? No, the Afghan is a drawing. That's not going to work for this, but will this, because I pulled this, I don't think that works, no. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold one more time just to find something on my desk that'll work. Hang on. Okay, so I found one, and it's still within the bounds of our thing. This was one of the images, and I'd never really looked that closely at it before, but I think I want to add that up here, like as a, alright, let's get these edges off first. Where's my ruler? Oh no, where did my ruler go? You watch, it'll be lost in the fray somewhere. It's usually right here. Oh no. Okay, well, dang it, I wanted to tear it. I don't know where my ruler went. Oh, this is not good. Okay, so I was able to work in the picture that is so sweet. It says, life is full of memories. Make sure you have a nice place to keep them. And I'm sure it was another photography or, you know, photograph book or whatever that it was advertising. But it's still a nice sentiment. We keep them in our hearts, our memories. Because you know what? I was in a position, well, about 15, 16 years ago, where I lost everything I owned in a fire. So nobody was home, nobody was hurt, but all my stuff was gone. all my memory, like the picture boxes with my kids' birth pictures. Everything was gone. Everything. My diplomas, my degree, all my artwork, my children's artwork, all their grow charts, everything. And that leaves you feeling kind of weird. Like, you just, for a little while, it's like, what the heck, you know? And then you start to gather those things again. But I'll tell you, that is one thing I've gleaned, is that we can save until we're blue in the face. And it doesn't mean we've got anything tangible to hold, you know what I mean? That's why things like Alzheimer's and dementia are so sad, because that's all those people's memories, and that's really, when it comes right down to it, that's all we have ultimately, you know? So let's put this here, and then we're going to have to do some trimming. I'm so sorry that this has taken me so long to do today. I'm kind of sorry, but not sorry. You all know that you can fast forward if you want to. It was a blathery, you know, return day. I haven't been here for so long. It feels like forever, but I'm hoping to be able to do regular videos again. I feel terrific, actually. So, and I hope everybody feels terrific too. My goodness. We're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, though, so, and if you don't know what that is, it's when Mercury goes into hiding, the planet, you know, and the astrological sign goes into hiding, the planet goes in, and it stays retrograde probably till, the 10th, I think, of this month, 9th or 10th, and what it affects is things like technology and computers, and things go wrong, or things short out, or things don't work right, or they're just not feeling, you know, right, or not doing the right thing. It's that kind of nitpicky sort of interruption in our day. So, okay, I am going to put in a block of color right there, just to cover up that writing, just for the heck of it. No other reason than just for the heck of it. So, should it be the pinks or the blues, or maybe the oranges to carry that through? I think the blue. And don't be afraid to keep paper stuff. Even from if you make junk journals, keep all your flyers and everything. It's flat, it's easy to store, and you never know when you might root through those boxes and find a bunch of stuff, like I started out the video saying, you know. Do an inventory now and then, because you never know what you've got. You really don't. Let's see if that sits nicely there. Boop. Ooh, it does. Ooh, that does suit Madam. Sorry, that's a line from an old Are You Being Served episode. That's funny. Now I'm aging myself with that, of course. Okay, so we have some trimming to do, which I'll do after the video. And I have one more piece that has to be filled in. So what I am going to do is I am going to take another patch of color. Yes, I think I will. I do. So I'll need 3 across and 2 down. And yes, now is a good time to get napkins, because they're selling out the old ones to make room for things like Christmas and Halloween napkins, Thanksgiving napkins. So if you like playing with napkins in your art, now is a very good time to keep an eye out for them, because they do try and sell out of their, you know, wedding season ones, birthday ones, summer ones, floral ones. It happens quite a bit where They sell out like that. Okay, so that one that way. Okay. Alright, so this boy is down. Like I said, I'll trim after I'm done filming here. And again, I'm so sorry for the length of the video. If you, I'm going to put a warning on it, a trigger warning, because you can always turn off the sound and turn on some music you love. Because that, to me, music should always be an option. Oh my God, I hate it when some piece of it hasn't got glue. Is that anything more annoying? Okay, now it's just trimming off some of this, but that's the first page in our new magazine. It makes absolutely no sense other than it was a clean my desk off and it was a return. Feeling incredibly good. Thank you to those who asked after me. I appreciate it very much, and I am doing just fine. You guys all have an amazing weekend.